empathized with Dracula until I saw this scene.
Yeah, honestly, I get where they're coming from. This scene was pretty touching, but I think I empathized with Dracula way before this scene because I think it got me when Lisa died, and it showed how it got him into a spiral that went downwards. It made me feel for him because obviously Lisa was the person who made him rethink about how he thought about humanity, and then he ended up having a half-human child. And then by the time that she convinced him to go and walk amongst the earth, the humans that he started to rethink his mind about took away the thing that made him rethink about humans. So now he has to revert back into the monster that they thought he was, because, you know, humans are gonna be humans.
Hector, you are silly.
I didn't really feel sorry for her. She didn't deserve any better because she was using Hector just like all the other sisters. But at the same time, you know, if you really care about the character of Lenore like that, I guess you think she deserves better or whatnot. I'm not being a hater. I just don't think that she's that deep of a character. I think she's just a manipulating kind of a brat. So that's why she decided, oh, I'm not gonna live under Isaac's thumb, which I respected her for, because I think she was way braver than Hector, and I think Hector should have took that stance when Carmela decided to, like, oh, are you gonna follow me? I'm just gonna kill you right here. He should have just been like, all right, just kill me. You know what I'm saying? Dracula's dead, so what do you want me to do? But I respect Lenore for that, because she wasn't gonna sit there and be, you know, Isaac and Hector's plaything. She was like, I'm just gonna kill myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not nobody's little. So that's the only thing that I think I respect her for.
If you could have any woman in the world, who would it be? Mariel Hemingway.
Oh, that's not
Really?
choice. So jagged.
No, I think she's very attractive in a classical kind of way.
Yeah, but you could cut a roast on her face.
I would go with Margaret Thatcher.
Why the hell Margaret Thatcher?
Oh, so nobody here thinks power is sexy. Not one of you finds power sexy.
How about you, Peter? Oh, like you gotta ask. The chick with the 3 knockers from Total Recall.
I
Interesting.
never saw that
Hey,
movie.
you know one of them was paper mache, right?
Oh, gee, can I change mine? Of course I know it's paper. I don't care. What's wrong with you? What about you, Quagmire?
Taylor Hanson.
Taylor Hanson's a guy.
You guys are yanking me. hey, let's put one over on old Quagmire.
No, he's actually a guy, Quagmire.
Well, this is insane.
How did I know they were going there? Like, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew Alucard was gonna be used, because if you get it, if you ever watch Family Guy growing up, Quagmire is always caught a dude, because he's so horny that he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't see through, like, who is an actual woman and who isn't. Like, for instance, he had an episode where he went to South America, and Brian was like an inspector dog, and he smelled on Quagmire. He was like, oh, you looks like you had a lot of fun. He was like, yeah, I was banging all these chicks. He was like, yeah, 3 chicks and 1 dude. He was like, you mean 4 chicks? He was like, no. So that's really funny. That's a good one. Yeah, and this is the exact moment that I felt Dracula's pain, because you can relate. Because if he wasn't traveling, he would have been there to protect his wife. And the irony is that she sent him on this crusade, or this pilgrimage, to learn about humans, to empathize more with humans, and in return, the humans caused him pain. So now he has to revert back to being a villain, or a demon, or a monster, or whatever you want to call it, because he was always right about the humans. In a sense, it's a catch-22. You have the good side of humanity, like Lisa, and then you have the horrible sides of humanity, like the church. Well, in the show.
Bitch! Yeah! I want the fade! I want the fade! Give me my
Yeah, Cypher was ODOP. You know what I'm saying? For a magic wielder. But then again, mages are always OP. That's why they don't need armor like that. But the thing about Cypher that made her OP is because she even had fighting ability along with magic ability, which was what made her such an OP character.
To the person on that tweet app who brought up this lovely comparison between Dracula on Castlevania and Eren Yeager, if you passing away on a hill, then I'm gonna be standing directly next to you. Because facts.
I'm not really so sure about this one. Because the humans who persecuted the Eldians, or the people who had the blood of the Titans, they were pretty cruel. And at the same time, they were justified for it. But you could say the same thing about the humans in the Castlevania universe, because vampires prey on humans. So humans have to defend themselves against creatures of the night. But then again, I don't know. This is a slippery slope. Like, I don't think Dracula deserves to kill the humans more than Eren did. I think both of them were justified in what they decided to do in the end. But let me know what you guys think. Villains talks politely in Old English. Death talks like a shit poster on social media. Let's see this.
Reach into hell. Don't you think that's weirdly fucked up? I can't do it. I was put here at the dawn of life on Earth to feed on the last breath of every one of you fuckers. I'm a little more than a thing.
I know he old, but this is just childish abuse. Really beating the piss out of his son. God. Yes, sir. Get with him, shorty. No, never mind. You got a shorty gun. The Uchiha, I'll tell you. They something else. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, Dracula was too much for everybody. Like, they weren't supposed to win this fight, even with all three of them. He had a Belmont, a speaker magician, and his son. Still couldn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he really wanted to, he could have killed all his generals at the same time, and them three at the, like, nobody can Dracula. Like, that's the thing that people don't understand. Dracula is too powerful, so the only person that can kill Dracula is himself. And even if he dies, he gets reincarnated. Well, that's part of the games, but I'm pretty sure that's what would happen. And sure enough, that's what happened at the end of the season 4. Him and Lisa came back.
Unpopular opinion about Castlevania. Dracula was very much in the right.
And she's absolutely right. Disclaimer, genocide is wrong. Like, there's no argument that. And that's what Dracula did. He was genocidal. However, I may not condone his actions, but I do understand. You feel me? Especially after his wife convinced him that mankind is worth saving. I know you've been through a lot, but work with me on this. Seems like, you know what, baby, for you, I'll do it. Then you come home after a long day of walking. Imagine being Dracula, you could fly everywhere and you're walking places. You come home and your wife is gone. Not only that, the very people she was defending had murdered her. You're like, I'm over it. And then you go and you announce yourself. First of all, they think it's Satan when he shows up in Fiery Head. And then he gives out his full government. And the one priest was like, it's worse than Satan, bro. It's Dracula. We messed up. He gives them a whole year to get away, and they still stay? Oh, nah, they had that coming. They deserve that shit.
See? I told you. That was the moment that I sympathized and empathized with Dracula. Because he did a full 180 for the woman that he loved. Not to mention that this is his second wife. And then after that, the humans did it again. Like, they proved him right. So he was like, you know what? F*** it. Okay, copyright. Let's not do that. Trevor Belmont is definitely still one of my top 10 favorite coolest characters of all time. Bro literally decided to have a fight with death himself, 101, and live to tell the tale. Man, this is an absolute go for this. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Trevor is literally a whole Gary Stu. Like, he is built for combat. Supernatural, human, physical realm, whatever. Like, he is like the one. That's just who Trevor is. Nobody can stop this motherfucker except for maybe like Alucard if he really wanted to, and Dracula, but everybody else is getting mopped.
I'm compelled to point out that you already have a nice castle. Why would you want his? Because I take things away from stupid, evil old men. It's what I do.
Oh, that's a nice Carmilla. I would have definitely preferred this one over the one in the anime.
The only reason why Castlevania is not regarded as one of the greatest, if not the greatest anime is because it's American made. And because it subverts all the expectations of normal anime. No annoying ass predictable inner monologue of the protagonist or the antagonist. Beautifully choreographed fight scenes with no talking. But through the actions and expressions of the characters fighting at the time, you know exactly what they're thinking and why they do what they do. Castlevania is one of the very few anime in history that has a villain that I actually agree with. And no, I'm not talking about understanding his feelings and motivation. I mean, no, he was right the whole time and he should have won. And I've already made a few videos about inclusion in certain social concepts. And the reason I did is because of shows like Castlevania, who do inclusion so beautifully, it's so masterfully done. It doesn't come off like a woke PR stunt to include women or LGBTQ, nothing. It's just well-crafted story and art. And there are no side characters in Castlevania. Everyone has their own story to write, everyone has their own path to walk, and they all wrap up so beautifully you can only consider it art.
I agree 100%, except for that. Alright, I just gotta say one thing. Everybody who keeps using woke to describe diversity, inclusion, LGBT, like that in the media, stop doing that. That's not what woke means. Like, y'all gotta stop using the term and misinterpreting it. That's the only thing that I disagree about. But other than that, I agree 100% with what he said.
I review Castlevania on Netflix. Sure, I think Castlevania is probably one of the best animated series that Netflix has ever made. Here's a little backstory. In a region of Eastern Europe, there is a castle where Dracula lives. One day he gets a visit from a human healer named Lisa, and together they fall in love, later having a child. However, she is falsely accused of witchcraft by her community and burned at the stake. Dracula says, for sure, summons a bunch of demons and kills so many people. Throws the entire land into darkness. Cut to many years later. Trevor Belmont, a disgraced monster hunter, says, hey, Dracula's been wilding out for way too long now. Let's do something about this. So he recruits a team with the spellcaster Sypha and Dracula and Lisa's son, Alucard. Remember, we mentioned him earlier. The animation in this series is top tier. You don't need to know anything about the video games going into it, and it's pretty short. The first season is only 4 episodes. Just sit back and enjoy it. It's really good.
Yeah, I think he kind of misinterpreted the plot of the story. Trevor didn't recruit Alucard and Sypha. Sypha recruited them. So I'm not sure what he was watching, but I agree that Castlevania is one of the best animated shows that was ever made on Netflix. But yeah, he needs to watch the show again. If none of you are aware, I have a TikTok now, and I've been uploading a lot of my long form content and short form on TikTok. So if you guys have a TikTok, you might as well check out the channel. You know, if you don't have, a lot of time to see what I'm working with on YouTube, there's a lot of short form stuff that you guys can come in and see what I'm working with, so that maybe later on you can check out the long form stuff on YouTube. But given the fact that I have a TikTok now, I just thought that I might as well just browse through the app and see what they have on Castlevania and give my reactions. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want to see more of it, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll see y'all later. You know the vibes. It's Kaizoku Sleven. Appreciate you.